Are you in?
No, I'm not yet.
Heather?
That's what I'm, yeah,
Thank
that's what I'm
you.
trying to do.
Thank you to Addie.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I call to order this regular meeting of the Mount Pleasant City Commission, Monday, March 14th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Bell, please take the roll.
Commissioner Alsteiger?
Here.
Commissioner Asman?
Here.
Commissioner Eke?
Here.
Commissioner Ronan?
Here.
Commissioner Bush?
Here.
Vice Mayor Simon?
Here.
Mayor Perschbacher?
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. First thing on our agenda today is proclamations and presentations. Jacob is here to present to commercial, residential, and mixed-use categories.
Mayor Perschbacher, members of the commission, good evening. Jacob Kane, City Planner. I'm excited to be here tonight for the presentation of the 42nd Annual Community Improvement Awards. These awards have been given out by the Planning Commission since 1979 to recognize projects that have made an improvement and investment in our community. I'm really excited about this year's winners. It was a great group. I think we have two firsts this year. We have the first winners that are neighbors. So we have two properties that are next door to each other. And we have the first double winners. So one company with two projects that ended up tying for a commercial award. So if you'll assist me, Madam Mayor, we've got our winners here tonight. We'll go ahead and start with our residential winner, which was Joanne Curtis for 108 Oak. Joanne's got some assistance tonight. Our commercial winner is Loom Cannabis Company for 907 East Broomfield and 1207 North Mission. And our mixed use winner was 410 West Broadway, Michigan Community Capital. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the award photographs this year were produced by Dan Gaken Images. Dan has a photography company located in Mount Pleasant. So congratulations to our 2021 Community Improvement Award winners. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's always great to see improvements made in the city, whether it be commercial or residential. It brings pride to all of the residents that live here. We're going to move on to, We're going to move on to if there are any additions or deletions to the agenda today. Commissioner Ronan?
Yeah, I'd ask that item 16 be removed. We're in the process of appointing a bunch of people to different committees, and I'd like to hold off on that. We'll have people appointed to those committees by the next meeting, if that's okay.
So we're removing item 16 from the consent calendar? Are there any other additions or deletions to the agenda? All right, at this time, we're going to open the floor for public comment on agenda items. If you are here to present something that you'd like to speak on one of the agenda items, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and then you will have 5 minutes to speak. If you are here on our Zoom, use the raised hand feature, or *9 if you are on Zoom with your phone, and someone will move you into the meeting. You have a moment to state your name and address, and then you'll have 5 minutes for your comment. Is there anybody in Zoom that would like to comment?
There are currently no hands up.
Okay. Do we have any email comments?
We do not.
All right, not seeing anyone come up to the podium, I'm going to close the public input. Manager DeSense, can you please review the receipt of petitions and communications?
Yes, Mayor. Petitions and communications include City Manager Report on pending items, monthly report on police-related citizen complaints received, minutes of the Tax Increment Financing Authority November, minutes of the Planning Commission February, receipt of Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting, communication from City Planner Jacob Kane regarding the stacking requirements for drive-through businesses, communication from Low Key Properties LLC regarding Class B and C grower licenses for medical and adult use marijuana establishments, requested information from City Planner Jacob Kane and City Clerk Heather Bauk regarding medical and adult use marijuana ordinances.
Thank you. Can you please review the consent items?
Absolutely. Consent items include approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held February 28th, 2022. Consider corrections to the Michigan Department of Transportation Act 51 map to add Ellis Place, to delete Franklin Street from Michigan to Illinois, to delete Illinois Street stubs at Greenfield Drive, and approve resolutions for the same. Consider award of the contract to Malley Construction for the 2022 alley reconstruction project, and consider a budget amendment for the same, which includes most of the alleys for reconstruction of the downtown with the exception of the L-shaped alley for a contracted amount of $154,457 and a budget amendment of $26,460. Consider property transfer from Central Business District Tax Increment Finance Authority to include 4 parcels of downtown parking lots. Consider setting a public hearing for March 28th, 2022 to obtain public input on Michigan Department of Natural Resources Trust Fund grant application. Consider budget amendment for preliminary design and cost estimates for downtown Civic Center space. That budget amendment would be $20,000. Consider downtown budget amendments to support regular marketing efforts recommended by the TIFA board. Receive and recommend a text change to amend Article 7 of the Mount Pleasant zoning ordinances to update the definition of liquor store and set a public hearing for April 11th, 2022 on the same. Receive recommended text change to amend sections 154.103, 154.613, and 154.615 of the Mount Pleasant zoning ordinances regarding the types of improvements and applications requiring site plan review and approval, and set a public hearing for April 11th, 2022 on the same. Receive city requests for Saginaw Chippewa Indian Tribe 2% allocations, and consider Approval of payroll and warrants.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to accept the consent calendar as read.
So moved.
I second.
Who was the second?
Vicky.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent calendar as read. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, no. The consent calendar has been accepted. All right, now we're going to move on to public hearings. We have 2 public hearings tonight. The first one is a hearing on the recommended text change to section 154.414 to update band sign standards and delete the reference to the downtown Mount Pleasant signage design. Manager DeSense, can you please review this for us?
Absolutely. So the approved ordinance amendment would allow more freedom for band signs, which is one of the more common signs that we would get for a sign application. It allows band signs to be placed on all sides of a building rather than just in the front. The text also deleted reference to an old set of standards that is no longer used as well too.
Okay. So at this time, I'm going to open the public hearing. If you are here to discuss the recommended text change for the Mount Pleasant sign standards, please come to the podium. You have 5 minutes. Please state your name and address before you go into your comment. If you're here by Zoom and you wish to be part of the public hearing, use the raised hand feature or *9 if you're using your phone, and you'll be moved into the meeting. You will have 5 minutes for your comments after you state your name and address. Do we have anyone in the Zoom?
We do not.
Do we have any email for the public hearing?
We do not.
Not seeing anyone coming up to the podium, and no one is on Zoom that wishes to speak, I'm going to close this public hearing. So do we have a motion to accept
I move.
the change?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the change to the update the band standards, sign standards. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, no. All right, so we have updated the band sign standards. We're going to move on to the next public hearing. This public hearing is on the Green Tree Cooperative Grocery Job Creation accomplishment through the Michigan Community Development Block Grant. Manager DeSense, can you please give us an overview?
Absolutely. So as part of the construction project next door, Green Tree engaged in the revolving loan fund program through the Community Development Block Grant program. So this public hearing is being done as part of that program and is required for that program. Green Tree Cooperative Grocery had pledged to create 10 low to moderate income jobs as part of the RLF application, and they actually, I'm happy to report, exceeded that amount. So they've done a good job.
All right, if there is anyone in the audience that would like to come forward and make a comment for this public hearing, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to state your comment. If you are joining us from Zoom and wish to state a comment, please use the raised hand feature or *9 if you are joining us by phone, and you'll be moved into the meeting. You'll have to state your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes. Oh, it looks like we've got a winner. Yay!
My name is Ray Davies. I was a board member for a number of years with the Green Tree Cooperative Grocery, and just want to echo what's been brought out today. And I think that it's proven to be a wonderful asset for the community. I'm no longer on the board, but I'm enjoying it as a consumer now, and the, both the job creation, local vendors and producers are brought into the co-op and for sales, and I just think it's an all-around wonderful thing, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Davies. Is there anyone else that would like to come up and make a comment? At this time, I'm going to close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the required documentation?
I move.
You guys are fighting.
You need to put me down there, I'll separate them, you know?
Okay, so we have Commissioner Bush is making the motion, and Commissioner Eke is seconding it. Thank you. All those in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, no. And the motion carries. I have to state that as a member of Green Tree, as part of the cooperative, I'm very excited about the things that they have done down there. And, way to hit it out of the ballpark. Not only did you make the 10 that was required for your employees, you went beyond that and almost doubled it. And we appreciate that. We're going to move on to new business. We're going to consider award to contract to McGurk Sand and Gravel for the 2022 Illinois Street Reconstruction Project. Manager DeSense, can you please give us an overview?
Absolutely. So the 2022 Illinois Street Reconstruction Project will remove and replace asphalt and subbase on Illinois. Project will be between Maine and Fancher. The project will also include pedestrian lighting and streetscape elements as well. The city had included some other design elements in our initial bid. Bids have come back high, and staff is proposing one of two options to the city commission, either to lot the project as whole as it came back with the alternate bid, or option B would be to modify it and to reduce the amount that's being bid out. Essentially, there were some design elements that were part of this project that, given the total that's come back to the city commission, the staff is going to recommend that we remove those design elements. So we would still be moving forward with some streetscape elements. We'd be moving forward with increased pedestrian lighting, and we would also be moving forward with the reconstruction of the street as well. This would be an award for McGurk Sand and Gravel, which is the low bidder on the project, for $846,365. It would also require a budget amendment of $51,000 in local streets and $12,550 from the Capital Improvement Fund.
Commissioner Alsager.
I move that we award the contract to McGurk Sand and Gravel and follow the option B.
I second.
And we have a second to that? Is there any discussion?
Question.
Yes, Commissioner Eke.
Is there a plan to?
You're going to have to move in front of your microphone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. All right, is there a plan to come back later and consider the elements or the pieces that were removed? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility if
Okay.
the city commission wanted to consider that as part of a future capital expense.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? All right, then we will go to a vote. All those in favor, say yes.
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 All those opposed, no. Motion carries. Our next line of business is to consider the Michigan Department of Transportation resolution authorizing the approval of a contract for reimbursement of funds for the 2022 Brown Street Reconstruction Project. Manager DeSense, can you please give us an overview?
Absolutely. So the city is receiving a grant through Mdot for part of the cost of the reconstruction of Brown Street, and that would be from High to North Drive. The city has budgeted $521,000 in major streets funds for this. Mdot will contribute $375,000 of this in grant funds. Now, the way that these projects typically work is that the bidding and awarding is all done through Mdot, and then they will front the cost of the reconstruction, and then essentially the city has to reimburse them. So what we're asking for tonight is the approval of the contract with Mdot, which is before you.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move this.
You need to say it in the mic.
I move.
Second.
Okay, we have a move and a second to authorize the resolution authorizing the approval for the grant. Is there any discussion or any questions? All right, this time we will move to a vote. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, no. All right, motion carries. Now we are at announcements on city-related issues and new business. Commissioners, do anyone have an announcement or would like to bring something up? Commissioner Bush?
I have two announcements. I want to remind fans of the fine arts in Mount Pleasant that Mount Pleasant High School will be performing SpongeBob the Musical this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee. I will be playing a pirate. So I hope to see some of y'all there. Also, I would be remiss if I did not also include that the Broadway Theater downtown, the youth are performing Little Mermaid Junior this weekend. I apologize, I don't know the show dates right off the top of my head, but that's this weekend and next weekend. So you have 2 weekends to see Little Mermaid, only 1 weekend to see SpongeBob. And then on another note, I am working with a community member for a awareness march for keeping city attention on the growing crisis in Ukraine. Just to show some representation here from the Mount Pleasant community. That will be Saturday, March 26th from 12 to 2. You can find some information online or send me an email if you need some more details. We'll be meeting at CMU and walking to the downtown Korean Memorial.
Thank you. Commissioner Eke?
I would like to remind all of us that this is March. It is Women's History Month. Since we're generally given either 1 month or 1 day to remember what people have done, it is important to think about and remember and honor the contributions of women to our society, but not just simply to honor the contributions of women, but also to contribute to the ending of all forms of violence and discrimination against women. It is important. Women experience violence. Other people, boys, men, young girls experience violence, but the violence that women experience sometimes is not often addressed. So please think about that and do all you can to help end that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to make an announcement? Clerk Bell?
I need the commission to take action on that item that was tabled from the consent agenda, whether it's tabled until a future meeting or...
Oh, okay. Okay, so the item that was removed from the consent calendar was to consider the recommendation from the Planning Commission to reappoint Corey Friedrich to as the representative of the Planning Commission into the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Yeah, I'd suggest that we, certainly it's not ad infinitum, but those boards are significantly down members. I'd like to wait at least to another meeting until we have other members appointed to the board, to be honest.
Are you making a motion?
I am.
And what is your motion?
The motion is to wait for that appointment until there are other options or other people appointed to the board. And I think that could be by the next meeting.
Okay, so are we tabling it until the next meeting,
Yes,
until the 28th of
the
March?
28th, right.
Okay. Do we have a second for that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, say no. All right. So we have tabled that recommendation until March 28th. There any other comments from the commission, new business? Commissioner Ronan?
Well, today happens to be Pie Day, 3.14. I hope everybody enjoys it and supports local businesses by buying pie.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, at this time, we're going to open the floor for public comment on agenda and non-agenda items. If you're in the public and you'd like to say something, please walk up to the podium, state your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to make your comment. If you're joining us on Zoom, please use the raised hand feature or *9 if you're joining the Zoom by phone. You will be let into the meeting and then given 5 minutes once you have stated your name and address. Do we have any emails for public comment?
We do not.
Okay. Do we have anyone that would like to make comment at this time? All right, I'm going to close the public comment. This brings us to the end of our meeting, our public meeting. We're going to move into a closed session, but first we're going to consider the closed sessions pursuant of MCL 15.268(1)E to consult with the city attorney regarding trial or settlement strategy in connection with Taco Boy of Mount Pleasant versus City of Mount Pleasant Circuit Court Case Number 22-17612-AA, the discussion of which in an open meeting would have a detrimental financial effect on the litigating or settlement position of the city, and pursuant to MCL 15.268(1)H to discuss written confidential legal opinions from the city attorney which are exempt from the disclosure by state or federal statute. Can I get a motion?
I move.
Second.
All right, we have a move and a second to go into our closed session. All those in favor say yes.
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 Yes? Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Clerk Bell, can you please take a roll call vote?
Commissioner Ronan?
Yes.
Commissioner Alsager?
Yes.
Commissioner Bush? Yes. Commissioner Eke?
Yes.
Commissioner Asman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Simon?
Yes.
Mayor Pushbacher?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right. At this time, we're going to take a 10-minute recess. And because we are going to be coming back into a closed session, we're going to ask that all of the public please leave the area. Thank you.
Business after a closed session? No, okay, just right.